Keto is not a weight loss diet. I started keto for weight loss because I didn't know any better, but I am going to encourage you, if you have decided to eat a ketogenic, proper human diet lifestyle, and your sole purpose is weight loss, I'm going to encourage you to find another reason to do it. Welcome to Keto Beyond the Couch, episode 303.
I'm Rachel.
And I'm Joe.
And we are two crazy ketos.
And if you're new to our channel, welcome.
Yes, welcome. If you're new here, please say hi in the comments.
Now here on Two Crazy Ketos, we do different things like recipe videos and we do product reviews. We talk about various keto topics. And every Monday, we go live on Keto Beyond the Couch because life exists beyond the couch.
You can find us in different social media platforms like Facebook, Instagram, and X.
And we have a website, which is twocrazyketos.com, and that's where you're going to find all of our different recipes. Now, we do upload at least 5 new videos every single week, so make sure you subscribe to our channel.
And don't forget to hit the little bell icon, and that way every single time it's the last Keto Beyond the Couch before the new year, you'll be alerted to it.
I feel like we should change our intro. Because, lately we haven't been able to do 5 videos a week.
You know what?
Maybe we should shorten it. Let us know down in the comments section. Should we shorten our intro for all of our videos?
I feel like we don't change the standard. We just know that there will be a time where we will be able to fully deliver. How about that?
Okay, well, we're going to let them decide. Let us know down in the comments section.
Let us know what you think.
So, welcome to Keto Beyond the Couch. If you are new here, Keto Beyond the Couch is all about our subscribers. We do this every Monday at 10 a.m. Eastern, and we like to review questions and comments from our social media from the last week, as well as celebrate our subscribers' success stories, things that have happened along their journey. So we encourage you to please share your story over on our Mighty Networks group. You can get in there for free. It's members.twocrazyketos.com. If you want to choose to support us financially, you can join the $5, $10, or $25 level, or you could buy us a cup of coffee with the link down below. Now, unfortunately, today, we're not live.
No, we're not, but we do have something to celebrate, and that is Joe needs to do lacrosse games on Monday morning, afternoon.
Excited.
So that's where you're going. That's where he is right now. Now, I will be live in the chat.
Yes.
But as far as why we're taping this and then, putting it out as a video instead of a live stream is because you are going to be working all day long, super physical, and unlike 10 years ago, anytime there was some sort of a tournament, a sports tournament that you worked because
I lived on painkillers.
No more painkillers.
No more painkillers.
No dreading it.
Years.
No dreading the recovery. You know that when the lacrosse games are over, you will still be able to work the rest of the week.
Yeah, if you didn't know, I am a high school lacrosse official, and haven't been on the lacrosse field since June. So super excited to get back out for a big tournament that's happening down in the Fort Lauderdale area. So heading down there, I'm going to be working the tournament for Monday and Tuesday. Then I'll be back up. Also, just to let you guys know, for next week, Keto Beyond the Couch will also be pre-recorded because we will be on a cruise. Actually, we'll be pre-recorded, but we will definitely be live in the chat because I believe we won't even be boarding at the time of Keto Beyond the Couch, so we'll be over in the Port Everglades, or not Port Canaveral area, and we'll be live in the chat, but Keto Beyond the Couch next week will be pre-recorded. And speaking of cruises, I want to let you know there are still some openings for the 2KK birthday, both leg 1 and leg 2, which is next December. So there's 2 different cruises, December 4th through the 8th, and the 8th through the 13th. You can go on the first one, the second one, or both of them as a back-to-back. If you choose to go on a back-to-back and you choose an ocean view balcony, we can arrange for you to be in the same cabin, so you literally do not have to even get, unpack or pack and then unpack your stuff.
How cool is that?
You literally leave it right in your cabin, and it's there when you get back. I did talk to Royal Caribbean. Couple of cool little things for back-to-back cruises.
Tell me.
Number 1, you will be, you'll have a special place that you can eat before you get off.
Okay.
You can wait till the very last second to get off. You're going to go over to a specific room. And before you get off from the first leg, they're going to hand you your key for the second cruise.
What?
And you will have the ability to literally get off the ship. You're one of the first people to get back on the ship, and you can go right to your cabin. No waiting until 1 o'clock or anything like that.
Nuh-uh.
That's kind of cool.
That's really cool.
If we get enough people doing back-to-back, they might be treating us to a little lunch, like a Chops Grill type of menu lunch.
Cool is that?
So, but we have to have a certain amount of cruisers to do that, doing the back-to-back. So we'll see how that goes. But there are still cabins available. Want to let you know the ocean view balconies are kind of getting limited. We're down to only about 12 or 13 ocean view balconies left. So if that's a cabin that you're interested in, once those are gone, all we're going to have is interior, a couple of ocean view balconies. And then once that's all gone, you would have to literally, if you wanted an ocean view balcony, pay whatever the current going rate is. But the rate that we're locked in, we're already down to like 12 or 13 ocean view balconies.
That is so exciting because I feel like that is a testimony to how fun the 2KK Getaway Cruises are. They're just like such a blast. This will only be the third one we're doing. And I got to tell you, they're getting exponentially better every single time we go on a cruise. It's so fun. There's so much fun activities. We will be getting conference rooms for the cruise once again. And the conference rooms get filled up with a lot of cool activities.
Yeah, no speakers or anything like that.
That cruisers come up with.
Yeah, so we're really excited about that. Now, like Rachel said, this is the last Keto Beyond the Couch of the new year.
Wow.
Hope you guys have had an amazing holiday. Now, we have New Year's in a couple of days. A lot of people are doing beef, butter, bacon, egg. They didn't want to waste any time waiting for the new year. But let us know down in the comment section.
What you doing?
I don't like New Year's resolutions because the bottom line is none of us keep them. But what is something that you want to work on for the new year? Whether it be with your diet or your lifestyle or something else. What is something that you are looking forward to working on as the new year approaches?
Just like we did the Keto Online Summit like a couple of months back, we recently released that talk. We talked about things that you could do, things that you could change that fit within a 24-hour cycle. That's how you can make it happen. Not like, I'm going to lose 50 pounds today because that's too big of a goal for a day's worth of effort. So that's why I like that we're doing Triple B and E, because I wake up every morning and right now my 24-hour cycle is eat beef, butter, bacon, and eggs, drink water, and have one coffee experience a day.
Now, speaking of which, I'm going to go off of beef, butter, bacon, and egg for 1 bite, 1 second.
1 bite, 1 second. Okay. So, I'm going to stick to it.
The new beef tallow keto brick came out. Okay. And we have actually gotten some messages like, is keto brick beef, butter, bacon, egg now
it's
that
got a
they're
sweetener.
tallow? Really not really, because they do have sweeteners. And because it does have some flavoring in there. So it's technically not beef, butter, bacon,
but it's
egg.
getting pretty close.
But, so, Robert is switching over the line to use beef tallow.
I love it.
Now, I don't know if all the flavors are going to eventually go beef tallow. I hope so, because I think it's a better fat source. And the first two were hits and sold out before the end of the first day. The last one he put out was this other one. This is a no-bake cookie flavor.
Hello.
And it's still in stock. And I think one of the reasons it's still in stock is because some people have bad reactions to whey protein, which is what some of the keto bricks are made out of. So some of the flavors he uses plant protein, and I think people are concerned about that. I want to say this, is the real focus on this is the fat source in it. Mm-hmm. And also know that Robert creates these for himself. And I will tell you, knowing Robert personally, Robert doesn't put anything in his body that's not going to help his body and be good for his body. Is plant protein the greatest protein in the world? No, it's nothing compared to beef protein. Your body doesn't absorb it as well. But if you're looking at something to get you by, if you're hitchhiking, backpacking, if you're hiking, if you're going on long bike rides, if you're going on a cruise and you just want something that's shelf stable, this is a great option. And we didn't get them before the launch. No. And I have not tried. I literally just opened a box, but I wanted to take a bite because they're still available.
So we know that we're going on a cruise, which means that I have to add days to my keto, my beef, butter, bacon, and egg at the end. So like it's after beef, butter, bacon, egg, it's over. I have to make up the absentee policy.
And we're still going to be good on the cruise.
Oh yeah, I'm not going to be dumb on a cruise, but I'm just saying, like, I may eat chicken. I may eat a shrimp. That sort of thing. So I do intend on trying it, but I'm going to wait until the cruise.
Well, you want to smell it?
Oh, why did I do that?
Okay, so this is no-bake cookie.
It smells like a candle.
Oh,
Is it good? How is it with that protein working with the beef tallow?
wow. There's chunks of like, almost like cookie in there. I think it's coconut.
I can actually see it.
Okay. I like the whey proteins better.
Okay. Why?
Texture.
Okay.
I do find with the plant protein ones, they're a little bit chalkier.
I agree.
This one is slightly chalky.
So this was the pea? Is this the pea protein?
Yeah, I'll go over the ingredients.
Okay.
It's slightly chalky, but not as much as some of the other ones because the beef tallow, it makes it such a smooth consistency.
Right. But
taste-wise,
is it nailed it?
It tastes like you're eating cookie dough.
Well, and that's the thing.
It tastes like you're eating a coconut cookie dough. You want to know what's in it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I will say that the cake pop that they did and redoing the buttered maple pecan, like it hit out of the park. Out of the park.
Yep. Okay, so the ingredients in this are grass-fed beef tallow, and then a plant-based protein, which is pea protein, organic brown rice protein concentrate. Then we have natural vanilla bean flavor, stevia leaf extract, a gum blend of guar gum, cognac gum, and terra gum. Then we have pure ocean sea salt. And then we have a digestol enzyme blend, which I'm not even going to try to read those different things in there.
Don't even try to say it.
We have organic sacha minchi seed. Then we have monk fruit extract, organic toasted coconut chips, organic shredded coconut, MCT oil powder, which is gum acacia fiber. And then we have a butter extract, which is alcohol, water, and natural flavors, and then ancient sea salt.
So that is really good to know. And their ancient sea salt is Redmond.
Yep. Okay, and just to let you guys know, for this one, 92 grams of fat, 30 grams of protein, 12 total carbohydrates.
Coconut.
Which is 6 of which is dietary fiber, it looks like. Is that 6 or 8? 8. 8 of which is dietary fiber. And again, the fibers are all the gums. They're not putting soluble corn fiber and things like that in.
Right.
So this is really good. I'll leave a link down below. Again, the way Keto Brick works, the more you buy, the cheaper it gets. You get percentages off once you get to, I think it's like 6 bricks, 14 bricks, 24 bricks. But these are still in stock. Hopefully the other flavors will come back in stock. But let's get into Keto Beyond the Couch. We're going to start off with a post from Stacy.
Hey, Stacy.
This made me laugh. She said, why does this make me think of Joe Stauffer? Happy New Year to 2KK family. And it's like a drawing of hair. And it says, this place is getting old. I'm going to head out. I hear the ears are a nice place. Now the back is where it's at. Nose party. The great midlife head hair migration.
It is true. So, do you feel a little bit better knowing that so many people find this to be true for themselves? Like, you're not going through this alone. Has community helped?
I know. And again, the thing from a couple weeks ago when I was talking about nose hairs in the vlog, I'm fine with the nose hairs. It's why do they have to grow? Can't they just stay a certain length and never grow?
Just do their job.
Do your job. Filter out the stuff. But stop growing where you're sticking out my nose. And, you know, the ear hair, same thing. Just stay in there, stop growing. Back hair, I can't stand it. You need to do my back because I cannot stand hair on my back.
And you are pretty, like, cuddly right now.
Okay, next one we have is from Sarah.
Hey, Sarah.
Sarah put up this post, said, there's always some reason to be positive. Don't let a little negativity stop you from seeing all of the good that's around you.
I love that. Yes, there's always something to be angry at. Yes, there's always something to be sad about. But there's always something to be positive about as well. And you have to decide, what flavor is your day going to taste like? Is it going to taste happy, or is it going to taste sad, or is it going to be mad? I can tell you honestly, I've lost days just being sad, being mad. And you know what? It didn't change the circumstance. Just like deciding to be positive on a day that's hard doesn't change the circumstance. But how I enjoyed my life was very different.
Now we have a subscriber of the week post. This one is from Philip.
Hey, Philip.
Philip said, with keto, carnivore, and intermittent fasting, I've lost 200 pounds in 15 months from 921 to 1222. And now I'm about 180 pounds. 387 pounds was my highest weight. Before 9/11/2021, I was morbidly obese, depressed, alcoholic. I quit drinking that day and I have not touched it since. Congratulations.
Wow.
Over the fall and winter, I started intermittent fasting and keto after discovering Dr. Berry and Dr. Fung.
Yay.
I'm currently on no medication, was on 2 blood pressure medications. My labs are great and I have no depression anymore. Best of all, I'm physically able to play with my granddaughter.
Wow.
She is my why. I went from my worst to my best self with a proper human diet. Take a look at these pictures.
Oh, Philip. Absolutely gorgeous young man. Congratulations. And yeah, you know, we do not talk enough about how keto aids with depression as much as it aids with getting you off of medicine and losing weight. You're talking about a turnaround in how you feel. If you're somebody that suffers with seasonal depression because of winters and they go long and they're very cold, do yourself a favor and stay keto during those months. If you have friends, family that are like, gosh, I'm at my wit's end. I really want to have something besides, you know, pills to treat this depression that I'm struggling with. Consider helping them with a keto diet, not for weight loss, but for the help that it does give to anxiety. And I love how his whole life has changed around in 15 months.
Now, I mean, I say all the time, listen, keto is not a weight loss diet. I started keto for weight loss because I didn't know any better, but I am going to encourage you, if you have decided to eat a ketogenic, proper human diet lifestyle, and your sole purpose is weight loss, I'm going to encourage you to find another reason to do it. Because weight loss comes and goes. Keto is not really a weight loss diet. It is a health optimization diet, and weight loss is a side effect. But sometimes we get so stuck on a number, and I know we're both guilty of that.
Very guilty.
Where that number on a scale is more important than our health. I've said all the time, I would love to look like The Rock. But that would mean that I would have to be okay with that number going up. That would mean I would have to be okay with not going on certain water slide rides. Because there are weight limits to them. It's not a health issue. It's a weight issue because of physics. I would have to be okay with that. And there's a lot of times where I'm not okay with that. But I do know that I've gotten to the point in my life where, no, I don't want to be morbidly obese, but I'm okay if that number is 5 or 10 pounds more than I wanted it to be. But I am not a diabetic. I'm not on medication. I don't have to take painkillers. I don't have depression moments. I mean, gosh, working on this house, I could be depressed all day long.
This has been a real challenge. It's been a challenge for our marriage. It's been like separation from our children. It's just like, you know, money, like concerns, like all of the things, selling a house. There's been a lot of stress going on. And I'm telling you, the way that we eat takes the inflammation out of life as much as it takes the inflammation out of our bodies, because there's so much that we can't control. But I do go to bed every night feeling good in my body. And I feel like if it was years ago and we used to get like cramps and I'd get a stomach ache and I got a headache and like, you know, the inflammation around my joints hurt because of the way we eat, it would make a bad situation worse, because we would still be having to work on the house through a headache and through a backache and through like joint pain and all of those things.
Now, speaking of the house, some people have asked us what's the deal with our old house. We are under contract. We got an offer on it the first day it went up.
Praise
Super
the
excited.
Lord.
They did the inspection of it. Couple of little things. I don't think they had a very good inspector because he literally did not know how to operate our pool pump, so he just said it didn't work.
Well, or like the light.
We kind of cleared that information up, and the only thing that we have to fix from the inspection is some rotted fascia boards. It cost us $500 to get that fixed, and so long as everything appraises well, we'll have our house done. So if you are a praying person, please keep all of that in prayers.
Yes.
The appraisal, I think, is in a couple of weeks. And that will really get a big weight off of us to get that house sold and then be able to just focus on this house.
You mean the closing will be in a couple weeks?
Yeah. Next one we have is from Tammy.
Hi, Tammy.
Tammy said, yesterday was day 2 of beef, butter, bacon, egg, and also my husband's birthday.
Nice.
We went out for dinner, which was for me a tenderloin filet and a half a rack of beef ribs.
Nice.
Then they brought his complimentary birthday dessert, which was passed around the table for everyone to have some, but not me. I even helped my grandson get some. I've stayed strong.
Wow.
I wasn't even tempted. Also, it was day 2 of no diet soda. I'm feeling very in control and very proud of myself.
I love that. Tammy, thank you so much for taking time to write that down. If you are proud of yourself, if you are sticking to beef, butter, bacon, and eggs, do like Tammy has done and shout out yourself. Because you are sticking to stuff in the midst of a birthday. Everybody at the table would have been fine with you to let your guard down, compromise in some way, and you could have done that. You chose not to because this mattered to you.
Yeah.
And I love that.
So here's the thing. Beef, butter, bacon, egg is going on right now. And we did start on December 26th, but it's not too late. If you want to start, I'll leave a link for it down below. It's a full course. We go live inside of the course. At least one time a week. It's every Friday. But then Rachel's also doing pop-up ones. We're also going to have some special recipe videos just for beef, butter, bacon, egg within the course. You're doing it with the community, so I'll leave a link for that down below. Some people don't want to start until January 1st. That's completely fine.
That's fine.
You can kind of catch up to us and then keep going for a few days after everybody else is done. Next one we have is from Amy.
Hi, Amy.
Amy said, my coach, who I apparently pay to repeatedly try to kill me, did my benchmark 50 cal on salt bike time today. I didn't turn my watch in before the workout, so it's not recorded, but I cut 57 seconds off of my time last month.
Wow.
Non-scale victory for the win.
That is so awesome. And let me tell you, I get very excited. The turkeys are very excited outside.
Yes.
I get very excited, gobble, gobble, gobble. When I see people start having movement goals for themselves, athletic pursuits for themselves, that maybe it has been a long time or never before that you have decided that the pursuit, like the victory that you're going to focus on is something like cutting off your time off of an activity or an exercise. Can you ever imagine a time when that would have been something that you focused on before?
It was not something I was ever interested in, and I'm glad that I'm able to do it now.
Yeah.
Next one we have is from Barbara.
Hey, Barbara.
I know that most of us are using Redmond salt products in our keto carnivore menus. During a beef, butter, bacon, egg challenge, are we allowed to use the organic seasoned salts? Can I use the seasoned salt and hot water as a beverage, or is that off plan at this time? No, you can absolutely use the Redmond seasonings. From day 1 of us doing beef, butter, bacon, egg, and Dr. Barry said the same thing. Limited seasonings, be careful with them. I would avoid things with a lot of garlic. But if any seasonings you use, make sure you're using clean ones. A lot of seasonings that you buy in the stores are loaded with maltodextrin. The Redmond ones are very clean. We use them. If you go back and watch any of our old beef, butter, bacon, and egg videos, we use them all the time. My favorite is the lemon pepper, as well as the black pepper and garlic. And we use that as like a rub on all of our roasts and everything that we put into the smoker. You know, the things that I would avoid when it comes to seasoning are the ones that are more carby. Like, don't just eat cloves of garlic, because there's a carb in every clove of garlic.
Right.
Don't just use, a whole bunch of chili powder, because some of the thing with that stuff is because there's oxalates and things, it can cause some inflammation, and the whole goal is to not have that and figure out what's going on. But if you're just putting a dash of stuff like on it as a rub, or a little bit of salt and pepper, something like that, you're completely fine.
I think it's really good that you're mentioning why we're saying that, because we're not trying to take out flavors in food, like we're trying to eliminate sweeteners, and that has to do with changing the flavor profile that we're, wanting, because a lot of times we can work up that sweet tooth. But when it comes to things like garlic powder and chili, it's not that we're trying to take your savory taste buds as well, but like Joe says, the oxalate situation can be problematic for some people.
The only Redmond seasoning I would avoid would be the Red Rock Barbecue one, because there's allulose. Next one is from T. Lewis.
Hey, guys.
Said, hi, Joe and Rachel. So nice to see your videos about healthy eating habits and good health. Your truthful and precise advice about diet is rare in these good old USAs.
Wow.
Peyton is so very cute now, but last year when she was just walking and eating keto chow, super cute. You should run that video short again. Keep up the good work.
Oh, thank you. We really should. It was very important to Michelle that other moms that were raising a baby in that first year, those first interactions with food, got to see how the situation could be nutrient dense and not scary. Right. Because a lot of times when you propose, I'm going to feed my baby meat, it's like, oh my gosh, I just see a choking hazard there. And so I was so thankful that she shared through a lot of that first year of Peyton's life, like how you can give a baby a bone and it can teeth on it. Like right. How you can slice up things, how you can even cut up like your eggs.
Giving her a big piece of steak because she can't chew it.
So she's just sucking it. So she would just suck it until it was absolutely like white. You know, she had sucked out all of the juice, and how the first meal was like bone broth and breast milk and bone marrow and that beef sort of stuff, and beef liver. So I really appreciate that. And she continues to eat really well. And it's nice because she's not a picky eater when we watch her either. It's a joy.
Next one is from Hospy.
Hey, Hospy.
Is tea with a cream a snack when it is in between meals?
Great question.
Technically, yes. So anytime you put something in your mouth that has any kind of calories, you are going to have an insulin reaction. Your body doesn't look at it, I only ate one almond. You have an insulin reaction anytime you have something with calories in between meals. Now, you'll have to remember that cream has carbs in it. So all heavy cream has a minimum of 0.413 carbs per tablespoon. The label's going to say 0. If it's a good, clean one, that's about where you're going to be. But if they start adding a lot of ingredients, like I'm starting to see heavy cream that actually has skim milk added, it could be up more. The companies have to legally round down. And that's a mistake people make. People think that they get to round down. Oh, they're trying to be deceptive. No, they legally have to round down. So this is a labeling issue with the USDA, not with these companies. Where the companies get to manipulate it is in saying what a serving size is. You know, that's why you'll see things like there's 1.17 servings in this container. That's because if they say that, then they can have a different total calorie or something like that. But they legally have to round down. Knowing that, you know, if you're having 2 tablespoons of heavy cream in your coffee or in your tea, like you're having about a carb. You're having about 100 calories. And so that would have an insulin reaction. Technically, it would break a fast. It depends on what you're trying to accomplish. You know, the same thing goes with half and half. People think that half and half isn't that bad because it says less than 1. But it's actually double the carbs of heavy cream. That's why we always say stick with heavy cream. You generally need less of it anyway because it's thicker. If you're fasting for autophagy, you definitely don't want to do that. But if you are just like, hey, I would like to have 1 cup of tea or 1 cup of coffee between breakfast and lunch as my, you know, my break at work or something like that, I think you're good.
I love this question, and I love thinking about that in parentheses snack. I would also say it is a treat. And you get to decide what is a treat for you. Treat, a lot of times we think of it being like a dessert type of thing, but really a treat can also be like a love note for somebody. If I said, hey, I'm going to treat you to the movies today, you would understand that it's like, I'm going to take you somewhere. Like I've planned an outing for us. And so you can decide, is it a treat? Is a break in the middle of your day? Do you want it to be this cup of tea? Or would you like to do something else? Like watch a program for 30 minutes or take a walk or sit and, you know, pet the cat unapologetically, right? You get to decide what is a treat for you.
Let's take a quick fade to black and then come back with some more comments. Okay, before we get any further, I do want to take a moment to remind you to please make sure you like this video if you're getting any use out of it. Leave a comment down below. Also, make sure you subscribe to the channel. And if you'd like to support us further, consider using the link down below and buying us a cup of coffee. So the next one is from Carrie.
Hey, Carrie.
What most people think of eggs is cholesterol and some protein.
Right.
Then reality. Eggs are protein, choline, vitamin A, vitamin B6, vitamin B12, folate, vitamin D, riboflavin, biotin, zinc, calcium, selenium, copper, iron, iodine, phosphorus, EPA, DHA, lutein,
Zeaxanthin,
taurine, and some cholesterol.
Wow.
Two things about this. Number one, I was one of these people that was under the misconception that eating cholesterol causes your cholesterol to go up. There's no proof of that. There's no study that shows that. Dietary cholesterol does not make your body cholesterol go up. Your body will always create cholesterol. It needs cholesterol. Your brain needs cholesterol, which I truly believe, which is why people who live the longest always have the highest cholesterol, because I think they have that cholesterol protecting their brain. But eggs are the healthiest thing that you can eat.
I love that this picture shows them in your hand, where in the past you might have pills, supplements, vitamins that you purchase that come out of a bottle, tablets in your hand. If you're looking for better health, instead of taking every single one of those individual vitamins as a supplement and not knowing if they're actually bioavailable or not, why not eat some eggs?
Yeah. And I know eggs are getting expensive. We are blessed that we have a farm with, what do we have, 19 chickens that actually lay eggs. Well, I think there's a couple that are kind of slack.
Freeloaders.
But 19 chickens that lay eggs, couple roosters, 11 babies. We're blessed that we're getting about 10 eggs a day. And I understand some people don't have that option. Even at the current prices in the store, eggs are not expensive when you look at it as far as what it's costing to feed yourself and the nutrient density. If you did nothing but ate a dozen eggs and maybe a can of tuna fish a day, you would be getting pretty much all of the nutrition that you need. Add in a little bit of butter to up the fat, especially if you take out the egg whites, because really all of the nutrition is in the egg yolks. The egg white is just flat out protein, but there's protein in the yolk as well.
So there's still a potential for under $10 a day getting absolutely every single thing that you need.
I mean, if you ate a dozen eggs a day at $5 a dozen, you are getting a good amount of your nutrition. Add in some butter with that, you're great. So even though the cost of eggs has gone up, it's still, I believe, dollar for dollar, one of the most nutrient-dense things that you can eat.
Yeah.
And you're going to get everything. Think about it. Eggs bring life. There's literally life in an egg. We're getting so many eggs that we're going to start incubating them to raise our own babies from an egg. How cool is it to actually watch that egg develop into life?
So stinking exciting.
Okay, next one we have is from Colleen.
Hey, Colleen.
Are clean ingredient pork rinds that are plain, no added flavors, okay for beef, butter, bacon, egg? Of course, I will only eat them with a meal, not as a snack. Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's a great way to give yourself a little bit of fat. Don't count that protein, but although you shouldn't be counting anything on beef, butter, bacon, and egg. Never count protein in pork rinds, even if you're not on beef, butter, bacon, egg, because it's not a complete protein. But eating on beef, butter, bacon, egg, if you go back and look at our old videos, we would use them. Definitely do it the right way. Eat them within a meal, because you can mindlessly snack on pork rinds easily. The only thing I always tell people with pork rinds, whenever possible, look for pork rinds that are cooked in their own pork fat. When you look at the ingredient label of a bag of pork rinds, and this really is going to apply in the cheap ones you find in the gas stations.
Just look for just pork skin.
If it just says, let's say it says pork rinds and salt, that means they're cooked in their own fat. If it says pork rind, salt, canola oil, that means they're cooking them in a canola oil. There is really no reason to ever cook pork rinds in not its own fat, because they're already very fatty.
They are. They cook fantastic in their own fat. That's like crazy to me.
Next one is from Big Honcho.
Hey, Big Honcho.
I have not been on in a while, but I've lost 101 pounds, and my A1C is down from 9.9 to 5.7. I'm still losing and getting healthier.
Big Honcho, thank you so much for checking in. We want to know how you're doing. So like if it is, the end of the year, first of the year, and you're watching this video and you're like, I don't know if I want to jump back into Joe and Rachel's group because I've been away for it. Please, we want you back. We're excited to see you and where life has taken you, and just catch up. Remember, our channel is all about community. It is you as a person, that is what's special to us. It's not you being perfect in your eating. It's not you achieving some sort of level of weight loss or strength gain. It's just about you. You are enough, and we love catching up with you.
One thing I want to say here, again, earlier we were talking about keto is a health optimization diet, not a weight loss diet. Weight loss is a side effect. I want you to focus. Yes, he's lost 101 pounds, but the A1C going from 9.9 to 5.7, as Dr. Berry has said in several conferences, there is not a medication on the market that can do that.
No.
So here is my question. Okay, let's say this was you. You've lost 101 pounds and you've went from being a diabetic, a pretty serious diabetic, to borderline, really 5.7. It depends on, again, if you're eating mostly meat, you're probably not even close. What is your average glucose? Because A1C is an antiquated test. But if you went from a 9.9 to a 5.7 and lost 100 pounds, but then gained 50 pounds back, but your A1C stayed down at that 5.7, 5.6, would you be okay with that? And that's a tough question to ask.
It is. But you know what I don't want? To continue yo-yo dieting and go back to the A1C that I used to have. Right? Like, so it's not, you may not be happy where you are right in this moment. You're working so hard at eating the proper food and you feel like, well, nothing is happening. Absolutely things are happening. You are well in your body. You are healing. So even if nothing is happening to your liking on the scale, things are happening to your liking in your lab work, whether you're taking your labs or not.
And keto and the proper human diet, it's not a cure-all, but it's a cure a lot of things. Okay, and here's the thing. You know, could you have some hormonal issues and other things that keto is not going to fix? It's possible. There are people that still need to take some medications and things like that, and that's completely fine. But I think that you always have to start with your diet, because where would you rather be? Eat crap food and take 5 medications, or eat the proper human diet and maybe have to take 1 or 2.
Right.
So it's not going to fix everything, but it's going to fix a lot. And that's a good start. The bottom line is, as Dr. Berry has called it, it is the proper human diet for a reason, because we are meant to eat whole foods.
Yeah. Well, and like you said, it doesn't cure everything, but it cures a lot of things. And it gives you the mental clarity to be able to focus on that. I mean, like, that was part of the pain also, is not being able to see and have eyes on any level of success.
Next one is from Bill.
Hey, Bill.
It is most peculiar to be hungry but have no appetite. Filet steak, fat bits, and eggs. He had a picture, but I didn't put it in here. For breakfast, looked like a dog's breakfast and was gag-worthy as it went down.
Wow.
I don't see my breakfast experience as a negative blot on my day. Rather, it has given me the understanding that much of our food cravings are governed by sight, smell, and expectation. The meal was gag-worthy because I have been unwell for the past 7 days and I'm now taking antibiotics, both of which have scrambled the food pleasure senses.
Wow.
My takeaway moving forward is enjoy the meal for the nourishment factor and quit chasing the short-term high from food craving opioids.
Bill, if this is the one thing that you take away from beef, butter, bacon, and eggs, I feel like it was worth having this challenge for this moment, because that's it. That's it. You got it. You get it. That if we are just eating food, like just the proper human diet, after a while, it stops being our joy and it starts being our fuel, which is what it was intended to be all along. Yeah. We were never supposed to look to food and be, there's my worth, there's everything that I look forward to in a day, there is everything that my thoughts plan for, that is everything that I'm shopping for in life. That was not supposed to be it, right? Now that we're bringing it back to the proper human diet without all of the basically scientifically designed bliss point inducing frankenfoods that have been served up to us, we know when I'm just not hungry because I'm sick, I'm just not hungry and I'm going to go back and lay down and get the rest that I need and get well.
Next one's from Sarah.
Hey, Sarah.
Would it be okay to make pemmican with plucked seasoned salt? Absolutely. As a matter of fact, some of the flavors of the carnivore bar use plucked seasoning.
Yeah.
So, yeah, absolutely, you could use the plucked seasoning, which is, if you don't know what plucked seasoning is, we don't have a link for them, but we have tried them at various conferences. It's basically a blend of seasonings with beef organs ground up in it.
Which is a nice way to be able to take them. I know the power of beef organs, but we have to be very strategic in the way that we get it into Rachel's body.
Next one is from Margaret.
Hey, Margaret.
Ugh, I'm not strictly keto, but I'm doing better about carbs.
Good job.
The scale last week, I haven't lost, but then I haven't gained either.
I like it.
But my clothes are fitting looser. I know from dieting in the past, my body hangs on to weight and won't let go. And then one day, it finally does let go and the scale will show the loss. I simply have to stay with it and wait for the body to make the change. Plus, being over 60, the body doesn't let go all that easy.
So true.
So, it's funny, we talk about this once in a while. I don't think we talk about it enough. When I first got started on keto, I went to Rachel, I said, I want to start this. She's like, only if it's not going to cost our family any money. Because we had no money.
Right.
Okay. We were raising a family on $3 a day. I mean, we really had no money. And I'm like, okay, I'll figure it out. No supplements, that kind of stuff. About a day later, she said, I'm going to do this with you for the sake of our marriage. Because at the time, Rachel was eating 500 calories a day of yogurt and oatmeal, which she had done for 2 years. She'd lost 100 pounds, but then gained 70 back, eating the same 500 calories, which is why calories don't matter. Counting calories doesn't work. So she decided she was going to do keto with me because there is no way we could live in the same house with me eating burgers, bacon, and eggs and her eating oatmeal.
Same oatmeal.
Especially with me cooking it all in the house. So she said she was going to do it. 30 days later, I lost 20 pounds. She lost nothing.
But I didn't gain.
But you quit.
I quit.
And she quit saying, I didn't gain, I didn't lose any weight. This didn't work. In hindsight, we didn't notice that part.
No, we didn't. Because you would have used it to encourage me.
How do you go from 500 calories to eating probably over 2,000 calories and not gain any weight? Because you were eating the proper human diet. But you were so focused on that number on the scale.
I missed the
that you missed
for the trees.
That part. Yeah. And I'm so glad that Margaret here is saying, like, I understand the number on the scale may not be changing, but my clothes are getting looser.
That's right.
And so that's more things that we really need to think about. Don't focus on that number. Next one's from Kathy.
Hey, Kathy.
Question. The only form of pork allowed on beef, butter, bacon, egg is bacon. Is that correct? So no pork chops or pork tenderloin? Also, I see people talking about coffee, so can we have coffee in the morning? I drink black decaf anyway. So, pork. Again, if you go back to our old videos on beef, butter, bacon, egg, when we talked to Dr. Berry, the whole idea of even bacon being in there is because how do you eat the proper human diet without bacon?
Right.
That was his thing.
And
but bacon is fatty.
Yeah.
So is pork belly. Can you eat pork on beef, butter, bacon, egg? Yes, we have. What I'm going to encourage you to do is focus mostly on eggs and ruminant meat, and the ruminant meat specifically should be fattier ruminant meat. Yes, things like venison stuff are ruminant meat, and you can have that on beef, butter, bacon, and egg. But focus on the fattier ruminants like beef and lamb. If you're going to eat the lean ones, make sure you're adding in some tallow and a lot of butter to up that fat content. You don't want to eat lean, you want to eat fatty meat. The problem with pork is people think about pork because they're pigs and they're big and fat, but there's only a couple of sections of pork that are fatty. Most of it is a very lean protein, so it's the same thing. So focus on fatty ruminant meat. If you want to have a pork tenderloin once in a while,
sure,
that's fine. The other thing about focusing on ruminant meat is think about ruminant animals are able to take stuff that our body cannot process well, like grass, and turn it into all of these nutrients because they have this multi-chamber stomach. Pork does not have that. So whatever they're eating, it's not being changed for you. So it's not as nutrient dense to eat pork as it is to eat beef. And also, most of us included, cannot afford pasture-raised pork.
Right.
Pasture-raised pork, super expensive. So all the pork you're getting in the grocery stores, they're feeding it slop. It's one of the reasons that I eventually want to raise my own pigs because I would like pasture-raised, but I can't afford to buy pasture-raised.
No, we can't.
Next one is from Beth.
Hey, Beth.
For years, I've been trying to stay somewhere out on the low-carb keto carnivore spectrum, but still struggle with little things. A bit of this, a nibble of that. Now here I am, heavier than I want to be and feeling the effects of too much gluten and sugar. I'm struggling to make progress on my own. It is time for community.
And I love that because you know that is true because you know what you need to do. So you're like, why is there a disconnect? Why is there a disconnect between what I know is going to work and like it actually working for me? A lot of times what we have found is the magic of community. Getting into community, becoming accountable to people, checking in daily gives you a reason to stay on track. If it's up to me to stay the course or I have the hall pass, like, paper that I can write for myself. When things get hard, I'm going to write myself a hall pass. When I know there's community to answer to, I'm stricter.
One of the things that's nice about our community too is nobody is there that's going to beat you up.
No.
Nobody's going to be like, hey Beth, how dare you have a bite of that? They're going to encourage you if you ask questions, help you along, be there, be like, hey, I did this, you can do it too. Now, if you invite somebody into a situation, and for example, we'll use our cruises as an example. When we go on our cruises, we don't even tell like the waiters or anything, don't put bread on the table. We leave that up to the table. If the table as a group goes, hey, tells the waiter, we don't even want bread out here, then they won't bring it out. Some people are okay with having it, and you'll never see somebody on our cruises going like, Rachel, I can't believe you just ate whipped cream. I can't believe you just ate bread. Nobody does that. No. Now, if you come to me and you sit down and you're eating that, I'm not going to say a word because you're on vacation, whatever. Now, if you have invited me into this situation, for example, Rachel comes to me and goes, I really need help. I don't understand what I'm doing wrong. I think I'm doing everything right, and then proceeds to pick up a piece of cake. Well, she has invited me into the situation. Yeah. And now I'm going to look at her and go, hey, Rachel,
I think this is
maybe one of the issues that's happening with you is you're eating that piece of cake. But if you have not invited me into the situation to basically discipline you or reprimand you when you're eating the wrong thing, there is no judgment.
No.
And that's what's great about our community.
I love, though, too, that you're talking about, like, bites and nibbles and tastes and licks. Those are very important things. So it's nice in this time, if you are, let's say you're not part of Beef, Butter, Bacon, Egg, and you're just getting started and you're thinking, like, where can I start, like, shoring things up a little bit? Take a look at that. Track, not, like, don't eat to track, but just track what you're eating and find out, like, every single time you take a taste of something, a bite of something, a lick of something, then give yourself a line for that. You know what I mean? Score that sort of thing and just see, because you may find that you think you're eating 3 times a day, but you're actually eating. Sometimes we found people that have been eating 28 times a day. Yeah. Because of the fact that it was like just a nut or just a lick of something, just a taste, just a bite.
We're not huge proponents of tracking everything you eat long term. I think sometimes it's good to do it for a short period just to kind of see where you're at. But there is a place for it, as I just said. I mean, I've had times with coaching clients where they're like, I don't know what's going on. I'm like, okay, so let's spend it. How much do you think you're eating? And they'll say like, I'm eating about 1,600 calories a day. I'm like, okay, so let's, for 1 week, I want you to track everything you put in your mouth. And then the next week when we talk, I've had 2 things happen. One, they come back and go, I was actually eating 2,500 calories. I didn't realize it.
Right.
Or most of the time,
I've been eating 1,200.
I've been eating 1,000,
yeah.
1,100. Well, at that point, we have to work on a reverse diet because you're under eating and that can stall you. Rarely, when I ask somebody who does not track to track for 1 week, are they eating what they thought they were eating?
Right.
It's very rare.
So it's nice. It's a good reset if you're like, hey, I'm looking for some sort of challenge for myself. Doing some form of tracking
for just a week or 2
is a good way to get the year started.
Next one's from Rough Riders.
Hey, Rough Riders.
I have never heard of purse bacon.
Well, you are in luck. Purse bacon is basically bacon that's fried up to perfection as far as you discern it to be. And
not snotty.
Not snotty for us. We like crispy bacon. So you let it cool. Then put it into Ziploc bags and then put that into your purse, into your backpack, into your briefcase. Take it with you. It is amazing how well purse bacon will travel. And then if you're trying to level up on top of that, make bacon jerky.
Now, there is a right kind of bacon. And then there
is an incorrect bacon.
There is the right bacon. And then there is snotty bacon.
Snotty bacon is undercooked bacon. And for us, that
is the wrong bacon.
That is the wrong bacon.
But let us know in the comments.
How do you like your bacon?
Do you like snotty bacon? Or do you like crispy bacon?
My dad liked burnt.
No, not burnt.
Burnt. He literally wanted it to
I'll
be
eat any bacon other than snotty bacon. You should see me when we go on a cruise and they have that tray bacon and I'm sitting there, where's the crispiest pieces? I don't want it burnt, but I want it crispy. On
our last cruise with the 2KK Getaway, I actually found that there was one tray on like one of the bars that had the more undercooked bacon, and then there was another tray that had like the crispy, and I was like, ha ha ha.
Next one is from Amy.
Hey, Amy.
I really am enjoying your videos. As for good furniture.
Yes.
If you can get Amish built, get it. My daughter and my son are both gorgeous dining room tables and chairs. They are lucky that they live in Pennsylvania and they can buy the furniture locally.
So true.
I know that you don't want to, but when we were up in the Amish country in April, we did find the bedroom set we want. But I don't know if we can buy it and have it shipped, but I do think that we need to think about that because, again, you're not going to find better meat. It's solid wood. Probably pay a little bit more, but heck, we haven't bought furniture in our entire marriage, except for 2 couches that we bought, that were clearance couches.
Well, we're due for furniture, that's for sure.
So if we have 2 couches, we really need a bedroom set. That's what we need.
Yeah.
And so, but to get that, especially if you can get it with the storage underneath and all that, we do need to do a little bit of research for that. But it is, like we said the other day, it is so hard to find quality furniture that's not like $50,000.
Right.
Because we can't afford that. So that's going to be the end of Keto Beyond the Couch. We thank you so much for joining us. Again, don't forget, next Monday, Keto Beyond the Couch will be pre-recorded, but will be live in the chat. We do have some videos coming out this week. On Wednesday at 10 a.m., Rachel will be doing her weekly meeting inside of the Meatheads group. I know it is New Year's Day.
Yes.
But
still going to be there.
You're still going to be there.
Yes. And we wish you the happiest of New Year's as you started out, like, brand new year. Same you. You don't need to be brand new year, brand new you. Same you. We love you, right? Maybe we're going to tweak a few things. Let us know in the comments down below. What are you planning on tweaking?
So if you like seeing videos like this, take a look at the video we have linked right over there. Also, make sure you take out our most recent videos I'm going to put right over here.
But whether you head this way or you head this way, don't forget to head this way. Subscribe to our channel and click the little bell icon, and that way every single time it's a new year, you'll be alerted to it.
Till next time.
Bye.